British Sign Language, or BSL, probably something you've heard of or seen. You might have been watching a television programme with a BSL interpreter in the bottom corner of the screen, or watched a performance with an interpreter at the side of the stage. BSL is a means of communication for people who are deaf or hard of hearing. So how can you use BSL to improve your teaching practice? Hi everyone, I'm Natalie from My Progression, and we're going to be exploring British Sign Language, what it is, the benefits of learning it, and pointing you in the direction of some useful resources to help with your own learning. We've also brought back our BSL and Makaton specialist, Alex, to show you exactly how to put it into practice. We want this video to open you up to new opportunities to work in different environments, to allow you to communicate with a whole new community, and become an ally to the deaf community. So what is BSL? BSL is a visual means of communicating using gestures, facial expressions and body language. It's primarily used by members of the deaf or hard of hearing community. 87,000 people in the UK use BSL as their first language, with over 150,000 people in the UK relying on it every day. Because of the isolated nature of sign language, there's even a significant variation from city to city within the UK, known as regional variations. This can be thought of as similar to people having regional accents and colloquialisms. In simple terms, the BSL a Geordie uses is likely to be very different to the BSL a Londoner would. Other countries will also have their own sign language. For example, in America, they use ASL. In Australia, they use Auslan to communicate. Let's remind ourselves of the differences between Makaton and BSL. Makaton and BSL are similar in one way, in that they both use signs and symbols to aid communication. However, while Makaton makes use of these aspects of sign language, it can be used alongside spoken English, which British Sign Language cannot. A major difference between the two forms of sign language is that Makaton is used to help hearing people with learning or communication difficulties. Meanwhile, BSL is used as the main source of communication for people who are hard of hearing or completely deaf. Thank you, Natalie, from 2 months ago. It would be easy to think learning Makaton is a useful gateway to BSL. And whilst there's no question learning new techniques will always be useful, but it's like learning French and German. They're so different. Before deciding what you want to learn, know why and what you want to do with it. As I mentioned before, the grammatical structure when using BSL is different. In spoken language, I would say, my name is Natalie. However, in BSL, I would say, name my Natalie. This can be a challenge for educators who are teaching children who are hearing and children who have hearing impairments in the same class. So often, teachers will use sign-supported English. Sign-supported English, or SSE, uses the same signs as BSL, but it's used alongside spoken English and uses the same grammatical structures. It's most commonly used in schools for teaching children with hearing impairments the English language. But it's also incredibly beneficial for hearing impaired students who primarily mix with hearing friends or family. While BSL has a lot of signs for words, feelings or questions, fingerspelling can also be used to communicate with people in the deaf community. Fingerspelling is where you spell out a word using the BSL alphabet. This is a common place to start for people who are first learning the language because there are no grammatical structures to follow, and it can help you become more confident with moving from gesture to gesture. Whilst this method can take longer to communicate, it will show people in the deaf community that you're trying to understand their world. We all have to start somewhere. Now, what are the benefits of learning BSL? Hearing loss is the second most common disability in the UK, ranging from partial hearing loss to complete deafness. This is more than the people living with diabetes, coronary heart disease and cancer put together. All too often, people in the deaf community have no choice but to adapt to the hearing world around them. So by learning BSL, you're able to contribute to a society where the deaf community are included and supported. By being able to communicate through BSL, you're helping to create an inclusive and accessible environment free from judgment or discrimination by breaking down the barriers between the deaf and hearing community. As an educator, learning BSL opens your lines of communication for your students while promoting an inclusive and diverse classroom. Also, if a parent of the students you support is part of the deaf community, it will help you freely communicate with them, helping to improve your students' overall learning. You could also open yourself up to new opportunities to teach in a wider variety of settings. For children, there are huge benefits for learning BSL. First of all, they're learning a new language which will open doors for them in the future. Statistics also suggest that when children learn BSL, it improves their spatial awareness, peripheral vision, and their long-term cognitive development. Their ability to interpret body language increases, as well as their hand-eye coordination. So what's on the curriculum? Well, currently, BSL is not part of the national curriculum. However, the UK government are aiming to introduce the GCSE and BSL in September 2025, with a 12-week consultation on the content of the new qualification taking place in mid-2023. This qualification has been in development since 2019 and will be a huge step forward for the inclusivity of the deaf community. Until this qualification is rolled out in mainstream schools, what's the easiest way for you to improve your own BSL skills? The most accessible way of learning BSL is through online platforms. Alex, our BSL specialist, really rates britishsign.co.uk. They have a collection of pictures, videos, and interactive games and challenges to improve your BSL, as well as a community of people to share your thoughts and experiences with. Commanding Hands on YouTube is also a fantastic platform to learn, with over 100 detailed videos to show you how to use BSL in your everyday life. They have a mixture of signing and fingerspelling videos depending on your experience, as well as more niche videos to support your students. See the description below for links to these sites. And whilst you're there, like, subscribe and click on the bell to keep hearing more from My Progression. But for now, I'm going to hand you over to our BSL and Makaton specialist, Alex, who's going to teach you some basics that you can use in your schools.
Thank you, Natalie. Hi, I'm Alex from My Progression, and today I'm going to teach you how to fingerspell and use British Sign Language. First, the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Now, signs. Name, name. How are you? How are you? Please, please. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry. Water. Water. Food. Food. Walk. Walk. Confused. Confused. Happy. Happy. Sad. Sad. Ask. Ask. What? What? Where? Where? When? When? Who? Who? Why? Why? How? How? Teacher? Teacher? Learn? Learn? School? School? Work? Work? Homework? Homework? Help? Help? Begin? Begin? Finish? Finish?
Thank you, Alex. I hope this video has inspired you to learn more about BSL and opened your eyes to many opportunities to use it in your classrooms. I've been Natalie from My Progression. Let's keep your career in motion.